Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Motherfucking you fucking piece of shit!
Yeah.
Who was Tommy Desimone? Thomas James Desimone, May 24, 1950, was an Italian-American mobster associated with New York City Lucchese crime family, who was legit to participate in both the Air France robbery and the Lufthansa heist. He also committed numerous murders. Thomas Desimone's father owned a printing shop. Both of his parents, grandfather Rosario Desimone and uncle Frank Desimone, were bosses of the Los Angeles crime family. In 1965, when he was 15 years old, Desimone was introduced to Pelverio, a couple regime in the Lucchese family. Henry Hill, a Ferry associate who was in his early 20s at this time, later recounted his first meeting with Desimone, describing him as a skinny kid who was wearing a wise guy suit and a pencil mustache. Desimone worked under Vario, Burke and Hill, among others becoming involved in truck hijacking, dealing and facing stolen property, extortion, fraud and murder. Well, hijacking. Desimone would always carry his gun in a brown paper bag. Walking down the street, he looked like he was bringing you a sandwich instead of a 38. Hill said in 1967, Robert McComb, an Air France employee, tipped off Burke, Hill and Desimone to an incoming delivery of between $400,000 and $700,000 in cash. After Billy's bet is released from prison in 1970, according to Mafia member Wise Guy, Henry Hill describes the welcome home party for Billy Betts at the Robert Lounge at nightclub owned by Jimmy Burke. Betts jokingly asks Desimone if he still shines shoes, which Desimone perceived as an insult, and leaning over Hill and Burke intoned, "I'm gonna kill that fuck." 2 weeks later, on June 11, 1970, Betts was at the Suit Hills nightclub in Jamaica, Queens, with the club near Lily empty. Desimone pistol whipped Betts, yelling, "Shine these fucking shoes," before beating him bloody. After Betts was severely beaten and presumed dead, Desimone, Burke and Hill placed his body in the trunk of Hill's car, stopping at Desimone's mother's house for a knife, lime and a shovel. Hearing sounds from the trunk, they realized that Betts was still alive. Desimone and Burke beat him to death with a shovel and a tire iron. Burke had a friend who owned a dog kennel in upstate New York, and Betts was buried there. Desimone's third murder, described by Hill, was a young man named Michael Spider Gianco, who was serving a bartending at a card game. Gianco and Desimone had an argument after Gianco forgot to serve Desimone a drink. That resulted in Desimone pulling out a handgun and shooting him in the thigh. A week later, when Gianco was again serving drinks and sporting a full leg cast, Desimone started to goad him about his wounded leg, spurring Gianco to tell Desimone to go fuck himself. After a stunned silence, impressed Burke, having no developed respect for Gianco for sticking up for himself, gave him some money before jokingly teasing Desimone, who hadn't said that anything in retaliation about going soft. Desimone lost his temper and fatally shot Gianco 3 times in his chest, angrily demanding of Burke if that was good enough for him. Burke, furious with Desimone, made him bury Gianco's body in the cellar by himself. Desimone's fourth murder, according to Hill, occurred when another associate named Stanley Diamond got carried away after being asked to ruffle a witness to a robbery after a truck heist. Desimone's fifth murder occurred when Burke ordered the murder of his best friend Dominic Remo Sassani. Burke got suspicious about Sassani and later found out from the contacts in Queens that the office that was talking to the New York City Police Department, and they were going to arrest Burke on truck hijacking charge. Desimone and Burke with Sassani at the Roberts Lounge and said to him, "Let's take a ride." Desimone strangled Sassani with a piano wire. Hill said in Wise Guy, Remo put up some fight. He kicked and swung and shit all over the cell before he died. Burke had Sassani's body buried next to Post Court behind Robert Lounge. On December 18, 1974, Desimone killed Ronald Giroud, a protege of the Gambino associate from Giangotti. Desimone had dated Giroud's sister and beating her up, prompting Giroud to threaten to kill him. When Desimone heard about the threat, he went to Giroud's apartment and killed him. Tommy was also involved in the Lufthansa heist, a robbery of $5 million in cash and $900,000 in jewelry, the largest cash robbery in US history. Soon after the heist, Desimones murdered Edwards, who was to have driven the vehicle to New Jersey, where it, along with potential evidence inside, would to be destroyed in a junkyard belonging to Gotti. Instead, Edwards parked the van in the front of the fire hydrant and his girlfriend's apartment, where police discovered it 2 days after the heist. Ferriero subsequently ordered Desimone to kill Edwards once he found out where Edwards was hiding. Desimone and Seppe visited Edwards and shot him 5 times in the head. On January 14, 1979, Desimone's wife Angela reported him missing. She said he had last seen Simone a few weeks earlier when he borrowed $60 from her. It's believed that Simone was murdered as revenge for the 2 unstated murders for John Gotti's men, Billy Betts and Joe Rhodes.
Okay. Hey, Tommy, if I was gonna break your balls, I'd tell you to go home and get your shine box. This kid was great. They used to call him Spit Shine Tommy. I swear to God. Now, he make your shoes look like fucking mirrors.